It's one of the most bizarre moments in the history of the Catholic Church, something so outrageous it sounds like medieval satire. A pope once dug up the corpse of his predecessor, dressed him in papal robes, and put him on trial. And yes, you heard that right. A dead pope was put on trial. This is the disturbing and unbelievable story of the Cadaver Synod, a moment when politics, power, and vengeance went far beyond the grave. Our story begins in the late 9th century, during a time of chaos and corruption in the Church. Europe was fragmented, and the papacy had become a political prize, often controlled by noble families, emperors, and warlords. Popes came and went in quick succession, many appointed or removed for political reasons. One of those popes was Formosus, elected in 891. Formosus had a rocky career. He had enemies in Rome, alliances abroad, and a history of conflicts with both secular and church leaders. Yet during his 5-year papacy, he managed to keep things relatively stable. Then he died in 896. And that's when the real drama began. His successor, Pope Stephen VI, hated Formosus, perhaps because of past disputes, or because he was pressured by political factions opposed to Formosus. Whatever the reason, Stephen didn't just badmouth the late pope. He exhumed his corpse. About 9 months after Formosus' death, Stephen ordered the decayed body dug up from its tomb. The corpse was cleaned, dressed in full papal robes, seated on a throne, and put on trial in what became known as the Synodus Horrenda, or the Cadaver Synod. Formosus, of course, couldn't defend himself. So a deacon was appointed to speak on his behalf, while Pope Stephen sat in judgment, screaming accusations at the lifeless body. He charged Formosus with crimes like perjury, violating canon law, and illegally becoming pope. The outcome was predetermined. The court declared Formosus guilty. His papal acts were annulled. They stripped his corpse of its holy vestments, cut off the fingers he had used to give blessings, and buried the body in a common grave. But even that wasn't enough. Soon after, his body was dug up again and thrown into the Tiber River. But karma, or justice, came swiftly. The grotesque spectacle horrified many in Rome. The political tide shifted, and Pope Stephen VI was arrested and imprisoned. Within a year of the Cadaver Synod, he was strangled to death in prison. Later popes tried to undo the madness. Pope Theodore II recovered Formosus' body from the river and had it reburied with honor. His papal acts were reinstated, and the Cadaver Synod was officially condemned as invalid and shameful. Still, the event remains a symbol of one of the darkest, strangest chapters in church history. The Cadaver Synod reminds us how far power can corrupt, and how even the most sacred institutions can be twisted by ambition and revenge. It's a story of madness cloaked in holiness, and a trial unlike any other in human history. If this story left you stunned, just wait, history is full of moments even stranger than fiction. Subscribe to Fascinating Historical Facts for more unbelievable tales from the past, where truth really is stranger than anything you've read in a novel. Hit that subscribe button, and stay curious.